Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Mop here on a Thursday morning in beautiful sunshine, southwest Wisconsin. That is right. It is absolutely going to be beautiful the next few days here in southwest Wisconsin. So get out and about, maybe put those Christmas lights up, and be why it's warm. Congratulations to my son. He shot a deer last night. So welcome to the Mop titled Your Greatest Feelings. If you look back in your life, when were your greatest feelings? When did you have those feelings that made you feel that either A, you were on top of the world or close to it? You know, we've all had those feelings that have busted our butts, broke us mentally, but after those, were you able to get back to where you had absolute greatest feelings? I struggle with some of that yet, to have those absolute splendid feelings. But when you see your kids smiling, or you get videos of your grandchildren, do you get that feeling that you have succeeded in more ways than one? Or are you still feeling down and out? How do you get to those feelings that you have accomplished a lot? See, I struggle a lot with that feeling, that I have accomplished a lot. So like my mom's tournament and the Alzheimer's fundraiser, I have raised $14,133 for Alzheimer's research and etc. A lot of people say that's a huge, huge thing. And I'm not asking for I don't need that. That's not what I'm getting at. I struggle with feeling that I've done enough, or how much can I go after even more? See, I miss that part of like being in sales. If you are a sales manager for a company and you are not trying to break, I'm not just talking about break last year, I'm talking obliterate, just absolutely demolish last year's numbers. See, if I just am content with, we did this amount and I'm okay, then I think we're missing out on what our job truly is. And if you're not being rewarded for that, you may have to look other places. You may have to see what's going on. So you may have to look those options. And if you are a owner or a manager or CFO, CEO, whatever you may title you may be, general manager, and you're overlooking those people that you are expecting these huge numbers from, if you are not rewarding them for those numbers and all you're saying is, no, I need more. No, I need more. Not, hey, hell of a great job. Here is a token. See, human beings are wired, I think, maybe not, at least this is how I am wired, that I am going to break last year's numbers. I am going after this year's numbers. But if I'm not rewarded for that hard work, which has happened, I'm still wired to go after it. I'm still wired to go after the next time. I want to grow exponentially. See, that's where your mindset has to change. If you're getting up in the morning and you're going, oh God, I got to go back to that place again, you probably need to look, because you know what? That's going to, no matter how hard you try, that is going to transfer over to your job and your output. You have to get to the point of you are crushing it every day and trying to make it better for those that you work for and for yourself. If there's no motivation to do that, if there is no carrot to chase, do you stop running? How are you wired? See, I get frustrated with salespeople that you contact, and then you hear nothing back. And then you hear nothing back. And then yet you hear that somebody went and bought somewhere, and you sit down and you go, well, I wonder why. Then you look back, were they in the store? Did you just talk to them on the phone and then never got back to them? How often do you sit there and go, oh boy, this desk is a mess and I have a lot of contacts and I failed to get back to, but I'll do it tomorrow. But I'll do it this time. Or I'll do it again later. Or I'm going to change. So if you say you're going to change, how are you going to do that? Are you going to set them in your phone? We all have phones. We all have calendars in our phones. Salespeople, if you're not using your phone to remind you to call someone, and I'm talking about the power sports world, car world, whatever it may be, or if you work in a repair shop, whatever it is, if you have customers that have vehicles or are looking for vehicles with you, and you are not updating them every few days, you are really missing out. I think you are missing out from anybody referring you. I think you are missing out on people saying go there 110% of the time. This is kind of like waitresses, everybody else, and this can be resolved into so many different positions. If you are a waitress or a waiter, and you come and get drinks for a table, and that's the last time that people see you at your table, is that and when you drop off the bill, don't expect that 20% tip or that whatever it may be. Don't be surprised, quite honestly, if you get a 0. Okay? Take it to the next level. What your next level may be, what do you expect when you go out to eat? If you are a waitress or waiter, what do you expect when you go out to eat? Do you expect somebody back at your table? Or do you expect them to bring back a glass when they see you are half full? What do you expect? And if you expect that and you're not providing that, shame on you. Salespeople, if you are looking for a unit or you're looking for a car, what do you expect out of that salesperson? Do you expect that you are going to call them every time to say, hey, I'm still interested, I'm still looking? Or how do you treat your customers when they come in? Do you just go, well, they walked in the door, I didn't see real good signs, they were dressed kind of slobbish, I don't know, beater vehicle they were driving? Are you judging people as you see them? If you are making that judgment, you are making a horrible mistake. You are making a big problem, payroll problem, income problem, and most likely job performance issues if you are judging people as they walk through the door. Next time that you have somebody walk through your door, take away all that and think they're millionaires, whatever it may be. And then there's always the telltale signs. If a guy comes to your power sports dealership, has a truck with an empty trailer, most likely he's not pulling it around for fuel economy. If he comes with the empty trailer and his wife, and he walks away without a unit, what'd you do wrong? Well, Chris, you don't know. Oh, I think I do. What'd you do wrong? Because I guarantee you that trailer will be full by the end of the day with a unit from somewhere. I did a big experiment once when I took all of our kids in our family, so it was my wife and I and our 5 children, to Branson. We walked into Bass Pro, and don't get me wrong, there's tons of people that walk through Bass Pro, and there's probably tons of people that walk through their boats or their pontoons. But all of us were sitting in the back of a pontoon boat talking, and I'm looking at all the gauges and everything else, and I wanted to see what their sales process was like. Their sales process sucks because you had husband, wife, 5 kids. And not one person even said hi. Not one person said, hey, how can we help you? That is where we struggle. If you are in this sales environment and you are in a sales position, if the word no scares you, rejection scares you, or walking up to people just having a conversation scares you, do not get into sales. Do not. If that all scares you, do not get into sales and expect great things. Now, can you learn some of that? Yes. But you have to have a personality first for it. See, if you're going to get into waitressing and you despise people, probably not going to help. If you don't know what the soup of the day is, probably not going to work so well. If you do not know what sodas you serve, probably not going to, or the special. Or when somebody says, hey, what's your favorite thing here? And all you say is, I like the hamburger. Okay, why? Maybe expand on that. No, I really like this meal. I do like the hamburger, but I prefer pepper jack with onions, whatever it may be. Expand on that and then say, hey, is there anything else that, is there any other questions before I take your order or whatever? Get a conversation going, at least an interaction, instead of the grumpy ass attitude and then never come back to a table or never approach that customer when they're in the dealership. Do you know how many people can walk through a dealership and never be approached by somebody? A lot. And if you think the amount of advertising and things dealers do or restaurants do, there is a dollar bill. There's probably, I'm guessing in the restaurant, in the power sports world, we always thought it was $100 attached to their head. It took $100 to get that person in your store. And especially if your salespeople are not promoting you off duty. If your waitresses and your staff and everybody are not promoting your businesses off duty, you have a problem. You have a major problem. You need to start having trainings. Are you having a weekly meeting of just discussing things that are going right, things that are going wrong? Or are you content with just how busy you are and whatever? Are you content with your turnover rate? How are you fixing that? Just blowing it off? Gotten so big you don't care? I had a company once tell me back in 2020, I think, we're not looking for new customers today. Nah, we're too busy. Okay. I'll find another company that'll come out. It was to work on a household item. I'll leave it at that. No, we're too busy. Don't want you to, no, can't do that. But a year and a half later, I got a postcard in the mail. Hey, we're looking for customers. You want this and this done? I threw it in the garbage. Not going to all of a sudden now patronize you after you told me you weren't looking for somebody when I needed you. So how are you staying active in the minds of people you have sold stuff to? How are you checking in? See, I buy a lot of stuff from Jones Chevrolet. There's no doubt about it. My family has for a long time. I am getting messages, either in paper or text messages, from my salesperson routinely. Not annoyingly amount, but routinely, hey, just checking in. How are things? Or, hey, saw your truck got wrecked. How can we help? If you're not doing that, and if you are a manager of the department and you're not having that conversation, Or if there's somebody under you in that department, if they are not reaching out saying, hey, how are things going? Just want to check in. You're missing out on a great return on your dollar. Because otherwise you're just paying people to hang out at your shop. I think that's why you see places like Casey's here in town, Dollar General, and you can say what you want. I'm guessing they don't make a whole ton of money there. But Casey pays, I don't know, four people during the afternoon here in Boscobel to smoke outside when I'm leaving work. They're paid to smoke outside and be together. I guess they can catch them as they walk through the door. I'm sure there's nothing else that could be done inside to make Casey's a better place. How are you making your place better? Work on that. See how things go. And see how your area turns around, and see if anybody, have you understood, if you've said, oh, people are stealing my employees, if you've ever made that statement, you are way out of touch of what's going on in your business. Because in order to steal them, they would have to be grounded. You know, if somebody steals something out of your shed, it's locked up pretty good. If it takes just me to say, hey, this place is open and they got a position open, and that person leaves, they didn't steal them. They just left. You are saying they stole them to make yourself feel better that your place is running okay. I've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time. And yes, you never know what this show is going to bring. But this show is talking today on, because I've experienced some things in my 20 years of doing this that is uncommon, but still continues to be a problem today that makes it common. If you are trying to be the best salesperson or best employee, you are going to have to rewrite books and how you do things. And you're going to have to critique yourself. See, employee evaluations, most people don't take well because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear what you're seeing. They want to rely on, well, I've been doing this for 20 years, so how dare you? I must be doing something right. I'm not going to argue that you've been here 20 years or you've been here 15 years. Here's what I have seen lately, and it could be burnout. It could be whatever. If you're over-promising and under-delivering to get the deal done, yes, you might get that first deal done. But then all of a sudden issues pop up, and then you don't talk to that. They've already been done. They're going somewhere else next time. Just my thoughts. So that's today on the mop. I do have to say, Quick Trip in Richland Center is losing a big manager today. Quick Trip's not losing a manager, but Richland Center is. My good friend downtown Richland Center, my dear friend Monica, it's her last day there. She is starting to manage the new Quick Trip in Spring Green when it gets up and running. She is looking for employees. If you are looking to work for a company that does bonuses and all that kind of stuff, check out Richland or the Spring Green Quick Trip. They are hiring. Sounds like she's got to hire quite a few people. That'll help that area for sure. So, unfortunately, the Shell had to go out of business, but I think they were okay. They were ready to anyway. So to Monica, congratulations on so much success in downtown Richland Center and with Quick Trip, and I know you'll succeed in Spring Green as well. So Spring Green's getting a new Quick Trip. They're getting a manager that is top notch. If you're looking for a job, that is a place to look. Is Quick Trip. Yes, they are busy all the time. If you want to stay hustling and bustling, that probably I'm going to guess in Spring Green is going to be a hustle and bustle too, because Culver's is right there. They're always busy. So Quick Trip's going to be busy as well. That's what I have for you today on the mop. Have a great day. See where heights take you. Try something new today. Try to start scheduling your successes. So they keep rolling on. Have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the Mop. Bowling tonight. I'll have a bowling report in the morning, but then who knows what other topics I will discuss. Have a great day, and as always, take time to bless somebody today.